Hey guys, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and we're here today to do my May TBR game. I'm so excited that I get to do this the normal way because I'm back living in my house. Yay! So let's get into the rolls. Okay, so we're all set up to roll, and my apologies for the glare on this. It is laminated for protection, and I can't seem to find a lighting situation where there's no glare. So we're going with it. I did find Ron. He was missing in our last round because he got lost during the upheaval of moving things around. But he is now found, and he will continue to move us around the board. Or I guess I should say me, whatever. Oh, one whole spot for roll number one, and we are picking a card. Zai, a book with a red cover. So roll number one got us a red book, and I found one that has been recently recommended to me, which is Promise Boys by Nick Brooks. Murder wasn't part of the promise. The Urban Promise Prep School vows to turn boys into men. As students, JB, Ramon, and Trey are forced to follow prestigious program's strict rules. Extreme discipline, they've been told, is what it takes to be college-bound. To avoid the fates of many men in their neighborhoods. To be college-bound to avoid the fates of many men in their neighborhoods. This, the Principal Moore method, supposedly saves lives. Sounds suspicious. But when Moore ends up murdered and the cops come sniffing around, the trio emerges as the case's prime suspects. With all three maintaining their innocence, they must band together to track down the real killer before they are arrested, but is the true culprit hiding among them? Roll number two. Oh, rolled out of frame. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got moved backward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And draw another card. Oh, we're doing great so far. Creeping Crystal, read a sweet contemporary. Oh, I can so do that. Roll number two got us Creeping Crystal, a sweet contemporary. Now, it did not say it had to be a romance, just sweet and contemporary. So I am going with Small Town Pride by Phil Stamper. This is a middle grade, and it says, Jake is just starting to enjoy life as his school's first openly gay kid. While his family and friends are accepting and supportive, the same can't be said about everyone in their small town of Barton Springs, Ohio. When Jake's dad hangs a comically large pride flag in their front yard in an overblown show of love, the mayor begins to receive complaints. A few people are even concerned that the flag will lead to something truly outlandish, a pride parade. Oh no. Except Jake doesn't think that's a ridiculous idea. Why can't they hold a pride festival in Barton Springs? The problem is Jake knows he'll have to get approval from the town council, and the mayor won't be on his side. And as Jake and his friends try to find a way to bring pride to Barton Springs, it seems suspicious that the mayor's son Brett suddenly wants to spend time with Jake. But someone that cute couldn't possibly be in league with his mayoral mother, could he? I'm hoping it's going to be sweet. It's definitely contemporary. And I've read from Phil Stamper before and really loved his work, so I'm very pleased to be picking this up. Roll number 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. We got Sneak Peek, which means I have to look at someone else's TBR and choose from there. Roll number 3, I got a Sneak Peek, and I went to Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me. I went to her TBR bingo playlist, and I had to go through a couple of her videos to find books that I had but hadn't read yet. But we've got one. It is Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin. So I've read Rachel Griffin's book, The Nature of Wishes, and I absolutely loved it. So I have high hopes for this one. This one, Wild as the Witch, says, after a night of magic turns deadly, Iris Grey vows to never let another person learn she's a witch. It doesn't matter that the witch's council found her innocent or that her magic was once viewed as a marvel. That night on the lake changed everything. Now settled in Washington, Iris hides who she really is and vents her frustrations by writing curses she never intends to cast. And while she loves working at the wildlife refuge she runs with her mother, she loathes Pike Alder, the witch-hating aspiring ornithologist who interns with them. When Pike makes a particularly hurtful comment, Iris concocts a cruel curse for him. But just as she's about to dispel it, an owl swoops down and steals the curse before flying far away from the refuge. The owl is a powerful amplifier, and if it dies, Iris's dark spell will be unleashed, not only on Pike, but on everyone in the region. Forced to work together, Iris and Pike trek through the wilderness in search of the bird that could cost Pike his life. But Pike doesn't know the truth, and as more dangers arise in the woods, Iris must decide on how far she's willing to go to keep her secret safe. Roll number 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got Bending Scroll. And I'm going to have to remind myself what that means. So Bending Scroll means that I can treat myself to buy a new book from my wish list and read it. Or you can choose a different prompt altogether. So what I'm going to do is, for the sake of having a prompt, I'm going to give myself the prompt of reading a science fiction or dystopian book. And then I'm also going to keep this in mind when I'm in Salt Lake City in a couple of days, because there's a good shot that I might pass by a Barnes & Noble and I can reward myself because I rolled the Bending Scroll. So roll number 4 got us the Bending Scroll, which means I can purchase a book. But as I said, I'll be going to Salt Lake City in a few days, and I will have the opportunity to go to a bookstore there, and I'm going to kind of let fate decide what I purchase. If I find something that I absolutely want to swap out that fits one of these prompts here, then I will swap it. That's always how I do my TBR games. I try to find a book that matches, but then during the month, if I just can't make that one work, I can swap it out for something else that still fits a prompt. Anyway, I did go ahead and give myself a prompt for this one as well, which is a science fiction or dystopian. And this particular book on Goodreads is listed as both. So it is The Marrow Thieves. You can see all the award stickers here, which is a good sign, I think. The author is Sherry DeMoline. And here is the synopsis. Just when you think you have nothing left to lose, they come for your dreams. In a world nearly destroyed by global warming, the indigenous people of North America are being hunted for their bone marrow, which carries the key to recovering something the rest of the population has lost, the ability to dream. Frenchie and his companions, struggling to survive, don't yet know that one of them holds the secret to defeating the Marrow Thieves. This sounds really interesting and definitely sounds dystopian. It's going to be a wild ride, I have a feeling. Rule number 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20-sided dice. All right, so I actually do have a list pad made of this list pad that came from Fairy Loot with the 20-sided die. And some of these are crossed out, so I have read them. So what we'll do is we'll roll once, and if I've already read that book, we'll just roll again until we get one that I haven't read that's on this list. All right, so I'm gonna move the list out of the way so we can roll. And here we go. 13. Okay, so I haven't read that one. That is The Assignment. Roll number 5 got us The Assignment by Liza Weimer from the 20-sided dice roll. This is a book that I heard about a long time ago and still haven't gotten around to reading. But the synopsis tells us, when their favorite teacher tells them they must participate in a debate about the Holocaust, arguing for the Nazis, Logan March and Kate Crawford are horrified. They can't believe Mr. Bartley would seriously expect anyone to craft an argument supporting the genocide of the Jewish people, even hypothetically. Yeah. Logan and Kate decide they must take a stand against an assignment that fuels intolerance and discrimination. As the school administration addresses the teens' refusal to complete the assignment, the student body, their parents, and the larger community are forced to face the issue as well. Soon the situation explodes into acrimony and anger. What will it take for tolerance, justice, and love to prevail? As a teacher, I cannot imagine what on earth would prompt a teacher to create such an assignment, other than that they're a jerk. Roll number 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. What does that say? Something? Temple? I must consult the rules here. Okay, so this is the Easter Air Temple, and I have to find and read a book with less than 5,000 reviews on Goodreads. A hidden gem. For roll number 6, we got a hidden gem, a book with less than 5,000 reviews on Goodreads. So I'm going to go with This Song Will Save Your Life. This is by Layla Sales, and I heard this recommended by Emma from Emma Books, I believe. It says, Elise Dembowski is not afraid of a little hard work. In fact, she embraces it. All her life, she's taken on big, all-encompassing projects. When she's 15, she embarks on the biggest and most important project of them all, becoming cool, except she fails miserably, and everything falls to pieces. Now, if possible, Elise's social life is even worse than it was before, until she stumbles into an underground dance club and opens the door to a world she never knew existed. An inside-out world where seemingly overnight a previously uncool high school sophomore can become the hottest new DJ sensation. Elise finally has what she always wanted: acceptance, friendship, maybe even love, until the real world threatens to steal it away. Roll number 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a card. Iro? Read a book where the main character is an adult. Rule number 7 got us Iro. The main character is an adult. So I am going to go with this book, Band Sinister, by KJ Charles. Now, who was the channel that recommended this? I want to be able to give them credit. Give me 2 seconds, I'll find it. Okay, so it was Books and Waffles. She recommends a lot of queer titles, and this one is. By the costumes on the front, you can probably tell that this is set in the Regency era. This tells us Sir Philip Rookwood is the disgrace of the county. He's a rake, an atheist, and the rumors about his Hellfire Club, the murder, can only be spoken in whispers. Orgies. It's orgies. Guy Frisbee and his sister Amanda live in rural seclusion after a family scandal, but when Amanda breaks her leg in a riding accident, she is forced to recuperate at Rookwood Hall, where Sir Philip is hosting the murder. Guy rushes to protect her, but the murder aren't what he expects. They're educated, fascinating people, and the notorious Sir Philip turns out to be charming, kind, and dangerously attractive. In this private space where anything goes, the longings Guy has stifled all his life are impossible to resist, and so is Philip. But all too soon, the rumor mill threatens both Guy and Amanda. The innocent country gentleman has lost his heart to the bastard baronet, but does he dare lose his reputation too? I am a little bit concerned that this might verge into the too smutty for me to read category, but if that's the case, then I'll just DNF it and try to pick something else that fits this prompt. I have some other books that will fit the prompt, so we'll give it a try and see what happens. Roll number 8. Okay, so that moves us to Airball, which scoots us over this way, and we draw another card. Asami, read a steampunk. Ooh, I haven't read a steampunk in such a long time. Roll number 8 got Asami, which is a steampunk, and I'm going to be continuing a series. The first book is The Inventor's Secret by Andrea Kramer, and this is the second one, The Conjurer's Riddle. I don't want to tell you too much about the second book because it might spoil you for the first one, but I can tell you that in the first book we have Charlotte and her friends who are fighting against the British Empire. This is like American Revolution time period, which is unusual for steampunk, but I think pretty cool. And true to steampunk fashion, there are really cool machines and contraptions and gadgets and things. I can't really tell you too much more about that other than that I recommend it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to getting back into the series with this second one. Roll number 9. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sneak peek again. Holy cow. I hope I can find enough. Number 9 brought us to sneak peek again, and I kept watching Kaylani's videos, and she decided to read The Cruel Prince. Now, I've already read that one, but I do have a book from that series, the Elfhame series, that I haven't read, so we're going to go with that one, and that is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. So, let's see what it says. 8 years have passed since the Battle of the Serpent, but in the icy north, Lady Nor of the Cord of Teeth has reclaimed the Ice Needle Citadel. There she is using an ancient relic to create monsters of stick and snow who will do her bidding and exact her revenge. Surin, child queen of the Cord of Teeth and the one person with power over her mother, fled to the human world. There she lives feral in the woods, lonely and still haunted by the merciless torment she endured in the Cord of Teeth. She bides her time by releasing mortals from foolish bargains. She really believes herself forgotten until the storm hag Bogdana chases her through the night streets. Surin is saved by none other than Prince Oak, the heir to Elfhame she was once promised to in marriage and who she has resented for years. Do you remember Oak from the first trilogy, Cruel Prince trilogy? He was a little boy and now he's like grown up and probably really handsome. Now 17, Oak is charming, beautiful, manipulative. I wonder where he learned that from. He's on a mission that will lead him into the Ice Needle Citadel. I can't say that word today. Citadel. And he wants Surin's help. But if she agrees, it will mean guarding her heart against the boy she once knew and a prince she cannot trust, as well as confronting all the horrors she thought she left behind. Alright, so I'm happy to be going back to Elfheim this month. Here we go with roll number 10. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gosh, does this mean I have to read 2 books? Spit. Yes, you have to draw 2 prompt cards. Okay. Let's do the first one. Music night. Read something that's between 350 to 370 pages whilst listening to music. Oddly specific, G. Okay, well, roll number 10 turned into 10 and 11, I guess, because we got 2 prompts. We have to do 2 cards, and the first one was a book between 350 and 370 pages, and I have to read it whilst listening to music. It took me a good while to find a book with the right amount of pages. I would pull one that was too short, and then one was too long, and so on, but we found one that I've been wanting to read for a while, which is Pride and Premeditation by Tirza Price. So this author, Tirza, she is one of the hosts of the Hey YA book podcast, all about YA books. At least she was the last time I listened to it. They tend to rotate hosts through because a lot of them are authors and they're busy and that kind of thing. But I've listened to several episodes hosted by her, and I love her opinions on books and things that she said, and I've read things recommended by her which have turned out well, so I'm excited to read one that's written by her. And the second card, Badger Mole, read a hardcover book. And our last prompt got us a hardcover book, and I wanted to read Silver in the Bone by Alexander Bracken. This is the Owl Crate Special Edition. Earlier today, I filmed my Fairy Loot unboxing, and it was also in that one. So I think having 2 copies of the book is my sign for the universe saying I need to read it right away. Tamsin Lark didn't ask to be a hollower. As a mortal with no magical talent, she was never meant to break into ancient crypts or compete with sorcerers and cunning folk for the treasures inside. But after her thieving foster father disappeared without so much as a goodbye, it was the only way to keep herself and her brother Cabell alive. 10 years later, rumors are swirling that her guardian vanished with a powerful ring from Arthurian legend. A run-in with her rival Emrys ignites Tamsin's hope that the ring could free Cabell from a curse that threatens both of them, but they aren't the only ones who covet the ring. As word spreads, greedy hollowers start circling, and many would kill to have it for themselves. While Emrys is the last person Tamsin would choose to partner with, she needs all the help she can get to edge out her competitors in the race for the ring. Together they dive headfirst into a viper's nest of dark magic, exposing a deadly secret with the power to awaken ghosts of the past and shatter her last hope of saving her brother. Alright, so we've got 11 books to read this month. I hope I get through all of them. We shall see. And I guess that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.